Viewer discretion is advised. This clip contains weapons-grade hypocrisy.
We want privacy! We want privacy! We want privacy!
Could it be a mystery for the ages?
You're not our fucking prince. You'll never be king. We hate your wife. Stay at home in your $29 million mansion, all right?
All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these two.
These two, Meghan and Harry, are the worst.
The hypocrisy is beyond anything I've ever seen.
Every week, I'm genuinely surprised by what happens with the Sussexes.
They're the most entitled, disingenuous people on the planet. They moved from England to get away from the scrutiny of the press, and all they do is try to get in the press in the United States.
So it's no surprise to people who work in Buckingham Palace. They saw and witnessed all this here.
It would be like if the Prince of England gave it all up just to marry an actor from Suits.
Hi, I'm Meghan Markle.
And I'm Harry.
And we're royally screwed.
Meghan Markle's war with South Park and how it's spiraling, girl. If you thought Meghan was done making headlines, think again. Inside the Montecito mansion, the energy is electric. The word on everyone's lips? Sue them all. And yes, Meghan is reportedly at the heart of it, launching legal grenades straight at South Park. Why? Because rumor has it their next episode's got a new skit in the works, a spicy animated jab titled Respect Our Pregnancy. And Meghan is not laughing. Now imagine this, Meghan pacing back and forth in her study, steam practically coming out of her ears. She's assembling a legal Avenger squad, ready to pull the plug on the parody before it even breathes. But Parker and Stone? The masterminds behind South Park, they're allegedly sitting back.
Oh, shut up.
No! I refuse! I'm sick of it!
Now, look, Maureen.
I can't.
Look at this.
I can't.
Like, guys, you don't gotta do this. Please, I'm begging you to stop.
Meghan, I'm begging you to stop now.
What do you mean the stakes are this high? Who do you think you are?
No, I don't want to cook again, Meghan. My God, take a break.
Grinning from ear to ear like, go on, Duchess, make our day. Insiders whisper that legal drafts have already started floating out. South Park Studios, Paramount, even the show's sponsors are getting hit with warnings. The threats? Defamation, emotional distress, the full royal slap. But Parker and Stone, oh honey, they're reportedly cracking up. These two have fought off lawsuits from celebs, politicians, and even religious powerhouses. And this time, they might just be turning the satire dial up to max. There's nothing on file yet, which makes it feel like we're all watching the slowest, juiciest game of legal chicken ever. Is Meghan about to drag them to court and give the show even more hype?
And
So
loves it.
funny too that you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know I'm Sussex now.
It's so funny you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know it's Sussex.
My name is Megan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy Kaling.
Oh, well, not if your husband gets his way, you stupid old has-been. You'll be Meghan Spencer before you know it.
Or is this all just a PR tease to rattle Paramount before the DEI episode drops? Either way, Hollywood is watching with popcorn in hand. It's a battle of cartoons versus crowns, and the internet is living for it. Behind those iron gates at Casa Sussex, things are heating up. Staffers say a late-night strategy call ended in an ominous email titled, Blitz Memo, File or Fold. Basically, two options on the table. Go full throttle, serve those legal threats, and pray the skit dies in discovery, or go loud with threats.
The dysfunctional Duchess, she says she runs businesses. The woman couldn't run a bath.
As ever essentially means as it's always been.
Half of her friendships are, do you have a private jet or not? Oh, great, I'm your best friend now.
Breaking right now, as ever, might as well be renamed to as never.
Leak the panic and hope Paramount backs down before papers hit a judge's desk. Apparently after midnight, Meghan's personal printer came alive, churning out a hefty stack of formatted summons. Names were blacked out, docket lines blank, but that heading, crystal clear. By sunrise, that document sat by the front door, ink still fresh, waiting for Meghan's signature and possibly a royal war. And get this, they're calling it the Velvet Hammer, 9 pages, confidential, bold font. The opener? Our client respectfully demands immediate cessation of all defamatory depictions, spoken or animated.
The beginning of that clip where she's like, oh my God.
She just wanted to be a pretend princess in Hollywood, so she split her husband off from his royal family.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time?
Listen, I brought Meghan Markle, whatever her name is, to my Deal or No Deal celebrity golf tournament.
Oof. From there, it turns into a legal roller coaster of every charge imaginable, right? Of publicity, false light, emotional distress, and believe it or not, prenatal harassment. One entertainment attorney who allegedly got their hands on an early draft said the whole thing reads like a mix of law school thesis and royal commandment. It even cites British legal precedent, which, newsflash, American judges couldn't care less about. So who drafted it? Word on the street says it's a UK-US tag team, London's legal elite for reputation defense, and LA's infamous Quinn Emanuel for handling brutal First Amendment fights. There's a rumor floating around that Meghan offered them a mid-seven-figure retainer with a non-disclosure clause tighter than the crown jewel's vault. One lawyer reportedly hesitated, warning,
Trying to make ourselves into a brand just turned us into products. We don't need to be a brand, do we?
Everyone says they don't have time to make homemade meals, but if you just have 3 nannies, 2 butlers, a housekeeper, a driver, and a full-time personal assistant, you have all the time in the world. Stop making excuses and start moving snacks from one bag to another.
You close all the doors, and Discovery busts the windows wide open. Still, that draft moved to markup. Paragraph 4, that's the sledgehammer. A 72-hour ultimatum for Paramount to hand over everything, storyboards, audio, marketing materials, all of it. It's a demand so outrageous it's almost a joke. South Park has never previewed episodes for anyone. Not Scientologists, not politicians, not even China. But here's the gag. It's less about actually getting that content and more about starting the legal timer.
I might watch it in the same way that I turn my head to see a car accident.
It is the cringiest, most uncomfortable piece of tape I've seen in a long time.
These two are now an international embarrassment.
Here's the problem. We don't like you, Meghan Markle.
Make it look like litigation is imminent, scare the brands, rattle the execs. The Closer, a dramatic note about Meghan's advocacy for maternal well-being, and a shot at collecting damages for willful malice. Translation, this one's aimed more at advertisers than judges, but over at Paramount, one associate scribbled a casual burn in the margin. Parody eats willful malice for breakfast. Woo! That draft ends with one thing left empty, Meghan's signature. Just waiting. Now, here's the kicker. While Meghan's team preps their legal canon, Parker and Stone got wind of it mid-sound mix for the next episode. An assistant producer reads the highlights, prenatal harassment, defamation, demands to see every storyboard. Parker reportedly laughed so hard he nearly spilled his drink and turned to Stone like, dude, we just sold out the first ad pod. Minutes later, their Slack workspace lights up. New channel created, Operation Bring It. Because if there's one thing South Park knows how to do, it's turn drama into gold. Back in 2006, Isaac Hayes quit over the Scientology episode. The show didn't flinch. Ratings soared. In 2010, they were threatened over a depiction of Muhammad. Comedy Central censored one line, but no lawsuit stuck. Even Tom Cruise's legal team couldn't edit a single frame of the infamous Trapped in the Closet spoof. Paramount insiders are saying the same thing. South Park doesn't win with the First Amendment. They win with a record of dragging anyone who sues them straight into meme oblivion. So what are they doing now? Reportedly prepping their counterattack. Rumor has it the new parody opens with a parchment scroll titled Notice of Hurt Feelings, signed in swirly calligraphy by a Duchess of Dismay. And just when you think they couldn't go any further, enter Sir Sue-a-Lot, a cartoon lawyer with powdered wig and pomp, who's about to break down satire laws for the viewers. But wait, before he even finishes, a rubber chicken slams him in the face. It's petty, it's spicy, it's classic South Park. Make no mistake, this is bait, and it's meant specifically for Meghan. It's daring her, practically begging her to file that lawsuit. Back at Paramount, their legal team is unbothered, sipping lattes and smiling smugly. One associate even keeps a framed quote at her desk: "The right to parody the powerful is older than the Republic itself." Boom. They know the odds. If Meghan actually files, they'll hit her with a motion to dismiss based on First Amendment grounds, and that could be granted within 6 months. But the media frenzy, that'll be instant. They're already prepping memes, trailers, slogans. One marketing slogan is reportedly ready to roll: "We respect free speech, especially when it jiggles." Yep, that's where we are now. Even South Park's own DEI special saw sponsorships. A massive tech brand that was supposed to sponsor it pulled out, whispering about needing brand-safe environments. But plot twist, an edgy energy drink startup swooped in and grabbed the spot, thrilled at the potential for viral attention. "Legacy cash fears subpoenas," said one insider. "Disruptor brands buy them in bulk." Across town, Netflix was quietly losing it. They don't even air South Park, but they do bankroll Meghan's show. And now, they're spooked. Executives held what insiders are calling a quiet panic huddle. Why? Because any legal circus might toxify the content they already have in edit. Someone in finance even flagged a new phrase on a presentation slide: correlation drag. Translation: the cartoon buzz could overshadow Meghan's slow-living jam aesthetic. There was even talk of delaying her next season until the legal storm settles, but marketing pushed back. Q4 inventories already sold, so the meeting ended in tension and fake smiles. No one's sure if this is a storm to surf or run from, so now Hollywood's split. Old school sponsors, they're backing away. Challenger brands, they're charging in like bulls. Studio lawyers, they're keeping both a deposition outline and a popcorn stash ready, depending on what lands first. By Friday morning, every major cable news network was on red alert. "Get us a First Amendment expert who can unpack Meghan vs. South Park in under 90 seconds, one producer reportedly screamed. The legal circus had arrived. On one channel, a gray-haired constitutional scholar rolled old clips from the infamous Hustler versus Falwell case and deadpanned, "If a televangelist couldn't beat Larry Flynt, a duchess won't beat Cartman." British pundits had their own takes. A Queen's Counsel admitted Meghan might scrape together a narrow claim if the show implies she faked her pregnancy, but even then damages would be small, discovery would be brutal, and US networks are out of reach. His verdict? Winning 5 figures and losing your privacy? That's not a lawsuit, that's a royal disaster. And then came the PowerPoint leak. A crisis PR firm reportedly circulated a slide titled Discovery Dread. It listed potential subpoenas, baby bump props, twerking hospital footage, even raw email drafts. Meghan's team freaked out. Meanwhile, Parker and Stone allegedly ordered their own archives to be preserved. Every storyboard, every draft, everything. A marketing firm quickly dropped a heat map. Curiosity up 48%, brand favorability for as ever down 11%. Their internal note? #collapse buyer intent. In other words, likes don't pay bills. So what happens when Reddit enters the chat? Total chaos. A thread titled "Legal Advice from Cartman" exploded with wild ideas. Prenatal discrimination? Gendered satire? Emotional battery? One British barrister popped in just to say emotional battery isn't a tort in California, earning 22,000 upvotes and a Kenny gift that said it all. The meme economy went into overdrive. Etsy sellers launched Streisand Effect Social Club merch by noon. One seller bragged she made a month's rent in 3 hours. And oh yes, a crypto token called Twerk launched on Solana, promising royalties every time the bump jiggles. Analysts rolled their eyes. Still, the token spiked 400% until rumors swirled Meghan's lawyers were sniffing around for trademark confusion. Behind Palace walls, staff began using a code word, cobalt. If a press inquiry might rope in the king or William, cobalt. That triggered a templated no comment and a handoff to the Black Swans. The Royal Crisis Team, known for doing nothing so flawlessly, it's genius. Their motto? We feed the corgis, not the flames. Westminster politicians smelled blood and a chance. One fiery Tory MP even floated the idea of inviting Parker and Stone to testify before Parliament about Duchess dollars and their chilling effect on free speech. Labour MPs rolled their eyes but couldn't resist a jab. One quipped, "Suing cartoons is about as progressive as taxing memes." In the U.S., political lines were drawn. Texas senator called the whole lawsuit a royal assault on the First Amendment. California senator, mindful of Sussex donors, played neutral, healthy artistic debate, she said, probably through gritted teeth. Inside a glass-walled boardroom in Santa Monica, Meghan's CFO dropped what insiders now call the seesaw slide, or columns: legal spend, insurance costs, sponsor drift, projected sales, up, down, up, down. The numbers told a painful story. Just to reach California's anti-SLAPP hearing, they'd have to burn through $1,800,000, 0 cents. If discovery drags 6 months, add another $2,500,000, 0 cents. One footnote circled in red: appeals not included. Translation: every motion filed becomes an invoice. Every giggle online, a potential revenue drain. One presentation slide summed it up like a slap: litigate, we pay. Capitulate, we meme. Monetize, unknown. It's the slowest burn ever for a brand built on slow living and soft-lit jam jars. Inside Meghan's HQ, past crates of jam they can't even ship, there's a locked room, her situation studio. Whiteboards everywhere, halogen spotlights, sticky notes in colors, and at the top of every board, the same countdown: 317.42 hours, minutes, seconds until the South Park DEI episode airs. Unless Meghan files first. And then, like a breath of fresh air, Harry breaks the silence. He offers a radical idea. What if Meghan posts a 90-second video praising free speech and then pivots the spotlight to Invictus? PR lead shrugs. There's an 80% chance Parker and Stone yank that into the next episode. Meghan exhales, lips tight, eyes focused. An assistant taps the reset button on the countdown. 311:58. She asks for privacy. The room clears. The whiteboards hum under fluorescent light. The Sharpie scrawl on the door reads, "Decision equals destiny." So, here's the final verdict, and it's yours to make. Will Meghan go full hammer and risk turning her personal files into punchlines, or will she sip her tea, let the cartoon play, and reclaim the spotlight on her own terms? Tell us in the comments. And if you're as obsessed with this cartoon versus crown showdown as we are, tap that like button, hit subscribe, and keep your notifications on, because this story, oh honey, it's far from over.